What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Raymond and welcome to Thorium Gaming. It's time to put our helmets back on and draw our swords because we're back with Nightly Valor. Our 11th episode in, our attempts to bring the light of the Lady of the Lake to pretty much the entire old world, which wants to kill us right now. So, we've been dealing with Norscans coming in from the north, made friends with the dwarves in the Grey Mountains, which is a good thing. Kind of gives us a little bit of a buffer, especially since there are goblins over there. In the south, we've been dealing with Mousillon, and we recently got a peace treaty with them because we captured Mousillon itself and Lyonesse, and it's been coming back. We also have a couple of beastmen tribes doing their thing inside Bretonnia, and at the end of our last term, we were trying to chase down Kazarak One-Eye. We do have elves off our coast trying to come in and be an absolute pain in the butt, but it gives us an option to go over and possibly take some elven cities. Not really sure how it's going to work out, but it should work in general. Now we've got Grimeldus and Phoenix ready to go after these Norscans next turn. Caron's garrison, we don't got to worry about right now. They'll hold out for a couple of turns, and even if these guys end up coming in to attack us, we'll win that fight. But we do have a fair amount of coin left over. We could upgrade a few things. I really want to get a smithy, and we have a smithy. So if we upgrade our barracks, we'll get polearm men-at-arms, which are absolutely fantastic. At the same time, however, we could, technically speaking, upgrade Mousillon a little bit and make it slightly better. It would cripple our economy just a little bit for a while, but not too big of a deal, all things considered. But I think the best thing that we can do right now as far as Mousillon is concerned, given how much vampiric corruption there is and what we've been dealing with there, let's get a Grail Shrine going. Now, I wouldn't normally try and spend that much cash on something like that, but we're fighting vampiric corruption and trying to get rid of it. We're only at 56% untainted. I can say the whole intro with the Lady of the Lake stuff, that's all L's and never screw it up. Thanks to my Tide, my Welsh grandfather. But I can't say something simple like that. It works weird. And we only have 2 turns left on almhouses, so more leadership for our peasants, so they won't break as easily. But I think that's all we can do for the start of this turn, so let's just let it carry over and see what happens. And hopefully we'll be able to get a few more of you guys into the LP quickly here. I'd really like to. Now Castle Artois I don't think can hold out against the Beastmen, but since they're still raiding, I think that's going to move their ability to fight down a little bit. And we should be able to take those Norscan armies on. It's going to hurt our income a little bit, but with Phoenix and Grimeldus there, yeah, we'll be able to push them back. Really looking forward to the Vampire Coast stuff that's coming up too. It's kind of the side stuff for the vampires, and I'm really stoked. But just have to wait and see for a few more details on that before I go completely fanboy on the entire thing. And I will eventually go completely fanboy on it because, well, I play Bretonians, which are one of the side armies to begin with. I like the weird esoteric stuff, so we'll see how it works out. Key goals right now need to be holding off everything that's up in the north, building up our forces, and then we got to take on what's left of Mousillon and try to integrate Paravon if we can into everything. So Phoenix, we're going to get you to move a little bit closer to Olaf Himmerson, and then we're going to have the good chaplain go in and hit him. And I believe that put him in range of Caron too. Hoping it did. Oh, almost. Oh, it did. So that is completely outside what we will normally fight, because Caron's garrison's getting involved let's just deal with these Norskins. That takes care of one of the two of them. Now, Grimaldus, we could give you a Pegasus, but I'd rather make you a little bit harder to hit to start with. And we definitely want to have the Lady's Mantle before we get you onto a Pegasi. And Phoenix, we're going to get you the Knight's Vow so we can start getting you some horse troops.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
More than that, though, let's get you as close to this fight as we can. Probably going to have to put you in march stance to get you completely up. And of course, I clicked the wrong button. But Grimaldus should be able to engage this fight, and he'll probably run. Hopefully that knocks him out of raiding stance, though. That'd be great. And it did. Well, let's keep you close to Phoenix, so that doesn't hurt our economy that much. And King Lewin, let's go after Khazrak. And once again, it is completely outside of what we would normally fight. So we'll take a few casualties from it, but Khazrak will go down. And Lewin now causes fear, and we destroyed the Beastmen, and we've unlocked the Knights of the Lionhearted, special Knights of the Realm. Depending on how much they're going to cost us to go through with everything, I think Phoenix is going to get those in his army. But for Lewin's next rank, he's got the Lady's Mantle already. I want to get him up to Bequia, because Bequia is just straight up awesome. But we also have to worry about his hit points and his general fortitude before we go completely into there. Oh, it's kind of a tough call, but I think we're going to go with hard to hit for right now. And Lady Ryan has gained a level 2. And we're going to grab her Arcane Conduit, and then we can grab her a bunch of other stuff as she goes along. Slowly move back down towards the coast and take on these beastmen who are currently just sitting around one of our cities, being a downright pain in the butt. And as far as the Regiment of Renown goes, there you go, Phoenix. You have the Knights of the Lionhearted. Good, solid cavalry backbone to help you out. Then we'll deal with the rest of those Norskins, pick up this wreckage, and then see what we can do about prepping to go south.
You seek counsel?
Now, what are the enemy forces at the sort of Corone fight? A lot of orcs, a lot of orc boar boys. Our Knights of the Realm can take those pretty easily. We'll have our artillery and our Pegasi. But we don't have a lot of infantry, so I think what we're going to do is swing down, deal with the beastmen there, get a few more units of infantry in Lewin's army, and then we'll go take care of that and get him the Sword of Corone. Make him a lot tougher. But we'll have to pass it off to the other nations. Now, how long ago did we...
With latest tidings, what does that lake hag want?
How long ago did we declare peace with them? That's kind of what I want to know. I think it was only a couple of turns, so we have to wait a little bit longer, and then we can go take Bordeaux.
Fares the Emperor in these dark times.
You know what? I'm going to take that. Military access through the Empire is a big deal for us, and they are one of our, technically, by the fluff, closest allies. Both in terms of actual physical layout and the fact that the Empire and Bretonnia, while they've sparred with one another a lot, they never really went full-blown, we gotta murder each other. Mostly things through the passes and trade deals and that sort of stuff going on. I'm really curious as to what the Beastmen are going to do, though, because that's kind of where things hinge right now, and then we'll be able to have secured our entire area. And we could possibly move on and start pushing towards the south. Once all of Bretonnia is under our banner, then we can really look at either sending off sets of you guys down to do the errantry wars, or east out to the Badlands, west to the Elves, or even north to deal with the Norscans on their own soil. So let's take a look at what we've got for research right now. We just got extra peasant leadership. I swear I can talk. I swear. Now we could start going towards industry. Again, I swear I can talk. But what I really want to do is start going towards the unification of Bretonnia. Now, do we have the anti-beastman one? Yes, we do. But we might be going against the Tomb King soon, too. It's kind of a tough call. We have a little bit of gold. Our research rate's pretty high. At least for right now. You know what? Let's do improved construction. We'll start another research on the next turn. Now, Grimaldus, I want you to... Do you have the devoted trait yet? Yes, you do. And you also defeated Tyrion. So, you're good against elves. Now, your force isn't that great, and you have one set of archers, but you have a lot of anti-infantry cavalry. It's situations like this where things get a little bit screwy. Let's see if we can get them to join up. I don't really want to get into a fight with the Wood Elves just yet. The Wood Elves are actually fairly powerful, and their style of combat beats ours until we have a few of the bigger, nastier things within our inventory. However, Lady Di, we can get you a Rankin Specialist now. And let's move King Lewin within range to help, and we'll have Shilfroy actually do the strike against the Beastmen.
Attack! Honor and glory.
King Lewin.
And now we're going to have to swap Lewin over to March stance, which is going to make his troops tired.
Do you know who I am?
But again, doesn't really matter too much. We didn't lose any units in general.
Unwell.
So we got an Obsidian Lodestone and a Hedge Wizard. And King Lewin has reinforced enough to make things work. And Shifroy got a Court Jester.
Take my leave.
It's not really where I wanted to send him, but okay.
Strength and honor.
So RPC leveled up. Let's give him another rank in full plate armor. Should help him out a little bit. We'll let the king regen his troops.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Shifroy, you're really good with infantry because of how we inherited you. But let's get you Blade Master so that you're not so useless. And then next time you level up, we'll get you a Warhorse. And we'll send the good chaplain into Corone for right now. Let him regen his troops. And Phoenix, since you're still in March stance, we're going to get you to go claim this Remnants of Battle. Then we might look towards taking on some of the Greenskins. Or we could start sending you out on a miniature crusade. Oh, it's Tilea that has taken over Brion. Well, we can't have that. Heathens within Bretonnia. It's bad enough that we have to deal with the vampires. The other thing I want to do, though, when you die, I don't think you have a Hedge Wizard yet. So we're going to grab you a Hedge Wizard, just to make things a little bit easier on our magic reserves. And we'll pass the turn over. The Empire has basically gone to war with the vampires, so their focus is to the east. Templeoff and the vampire counts are both pretty legit armies. Are they going to fight Phoenix? they are going to fight Phoenix. And they're going to lose terribly. That is the one thing I am looking forward to, that your sea battles become something much, much better once this Vampire Coast DLC comes out. We'll be fighting them on land. It'll be a random island. Should be good. And Phoenix has gained the Blessing of the Lady, so there's a ward save for everybody. Straight up damage decrease. Where's that Master Necromancer going? We've been kind of chasing Mousillon down the coast. Be nice if we could actually get over there and just straight up deal with them. Might even take the hit to the chivalry, depending on where they are. We'll have to send out a scout hero. And the Wood Elves and Torg Oven have confederated. And a lot of stuff we knew was coming has come, so that's good.
Guardian.
There's an extra 5,000 gold for us. And Phoenix, we'll get you Blade Master.
Valiant Lord.
Since we don't have a lot of infantry in Lewin's army, let's pop out and see what we can get you for infantry. You have the straight up regular swordsmen and spearmen. So let's actually get rid of those. They are fairly veteran, but we can get much better. And what can we get for this? Well, these are all gone, but I want to get to the unification of Bretonia. There's not really much else that we can...
I am the blood of Gilles.
Oh, that's why. King Lewin's army is pretty much full. I was curious why I couldn't recruit more, even though it says I can recruit more. So that'll take us up to 25, leaving us 4 open slots. So what we should do, go to Grimaldus. Don't have a carpenter's workshop for the better archers yet. But we can grab a couple of those, which will take us to 27 in total. So that'll help him out, and he'll have a solid infantry corps and a lot of archers to back him up. Between him and Phoenix, it should be good. Maybe those Norscans will come back in and fight us. Might be nice. Now we just have to worry about what Avalorn's doing, and then we can possibly take on board low. Their garrison isn't that big yet, so we'll just have to think about it. The Empire is really steamrolling right now, though. They've got a lot of territory, which might explain why they've been dealing with the vampire counts. I'm kind of hoping that Tyrion's not coming over here to mess with us. Is Alariel actually coming ashore? If our king gets his troops this turn, we might have to go down and try to intercept her. That'd be a fairly significant blow to their forces overall, and we might be able to actually get a peace treaty with Avalorn if we can knock out Alariel. I'm not seeing the Red Duke's army itself, though. Might be an Aquitaine. We'll have to see shortly. Start our push south in general. What is in her army? Looks like a lot of Lothern Sea Guards, so if they ambush our king in general, won't be too bad. I want to get as close to the border as I can. Grimaldus, you don't really have a whole lot to do right now. The Norscans have been seen off, but what we'll do, send Phoenix down towards Lyonesse, and then maybe have him do some scouting out this way. Mistnar's garrison is pretty solid. We need some more infantry to take that on. I'm still not sure what's going on in this little shadowed area, but we're going to have to take on Brion at some point, which means going to war with basically mercenaries. God, I hate mercenaries. In this, anyway. Now, Paravon, not wanting to join us just yet, but our relations with you are improving. What we need is for you to suffer a big military loss and lose that army stack. Once that happens, yeah, you're pretty much going to confederate with us. It's going to be a lot of sitting back and relaxing, so to speak, for the next few turns here. We're getting close to the point where chaos is going to start hitting, and hopefully the Empire can basically be a bulwark against that. And it's all just Lothar and Seaguard. I wonder where Alarielle's actually headed now. Maybe she'll pull back to Ulthuan. Maybe there's some politics going on in the Elven Isle that we don't know about. Which is quite possible. They're big into their intrigue at court. It'd be nice if they were fighting each other. And someone else took down Tyrion. Just a little bit. I think that might be the only army that Mousillon has right now. So we completely outclass them when it comes to troops. Is it worth the chivalry hit that we'd take to go back to war with them almost immediately? Because if we can steamroll their last two cities and wipe them off the map, then we don't have to worry about the corruption anymore. We're going to have to risk it, I think. And we can get Shiffroy the Devoted in to help out. We got 2 turns remaining. You know what, let's wait the 2 turns. So we'll have our king in camp. Phoenix, we'll get you to go to Lyonesse. What can we build at Corone right now that could help us out? We still have to keep 2 slots open for our tournament grounds and our abbey. We could upgrade our armory, which would give us Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights, and Royal Hippogriff Knights. Yeah, let's do that. Because those are some really, really heavy monstrous cavalry. Are they monstrous cavalry? They're not fun to the bad guys. That's for sure. But they'll have to be dealt with. So we're just going to have to be patient for 2 more turns. 1 more now, I think. So not next turn, but the turn after, we can go right back to war with the vampire counts and possibly take on Bordelot. Where are you going, Alarielle? Your troops are suffering out in... Oh, you have the Sword of Cain on, too. That's kind of scary. That the High Queen of the Elves is rocking the Sword of Cain right now. That's what that red mist around her is. That makes her incredibly dangerous. So is it this turn or next turn? 1 more turn. And then we can go back to war with them. And Lady Ryan, you are now immortal and safe, so we can be a little bit more aggressive with you. Phoenix, we'll get you to camp. Not too sure what Alarielle is planning to do. We only have 1,400 coins at the moment, so I think... I really wanted to get the Sword of Corone, but this offers an opportunity we just can't pass up.
Darkness comes.
I mean, the Red Duke has reappeared now, and he's raiding Paravon's territory. But if he's over there and we're able to slip in, If he doesn't come back towards Bordeaux, we're taking Bordeaux. Because that's really going to help us out. And then if we can steamroll into Aquitaine, that'd be a good bonus too. Alariel, if you come to shore over here, the chaplain's going to have to come over and show you some Bretonnian hospitality, which usually involves a cavalry charge. And a lot of pointy sticks. Yes, the urge to make a lot of Monty Python references during this entire Let's Play has been very, 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 very overwhelming. I guess the Red Duke went to Aquitaine, but we still can't pass this up. We have to do this. It's got to be done. We're not even going to suffer a chivalry hit for this, I don't think.
I shall do what I can. Hold true.
So we'll get King Lewin in there to fight.
Smite them.
Let's continue the siege. We'll bring Chiffroy
Precedes me.
in as support.
Ride to glory. For glory.
Let's put the Razor Standard onto one of our Pegasus Knight units, and that's outside of our area of fighting, so we'll do that, and we will occupy Bordeaux. And Chiffroy gains Savior. We got a Potion of Healing.
Honor before glory.
Now, Chiffroy, let's get you on a Barded Warhorse. Can we put you into encamp stance? No, just march.
Lewin Leoncoeur.
King Lewin is leveled up. We'll give him the next rank of hard to hit, and then we'll go full plate armor and scarred veteran to kind of make way for when we start going towards Bequia. Lady Di, we're going to give you evasion,
My strength and wisdom are yours.
and then we're going to have to go after the Red Duke. So now it's starting to look better for us. I mean, Bordeaux is a very, very good place to have based off of their port. I would love to get a Grail Chapel here to start cleansing the land, but we're going to have to wait for a little bit of cash. Shouldn't be too long now because of the amount of money we're making per turn. But now that we have Bordeaux in our control, we can push towards Aquitaine. Are the Norscans really coming back with 3 heroes again? Chaplain, you might just have to throw a Bretonnian beatdown on those guys. Make sure that they don't come back a 3rd time. I mean, straight up ride them down. The Red Duke pretty much only has 1 city left now, and his army is a little bit more than I think he can sustain. We don't have the ability to get the Green Knight on our side just yet, but our leadership has gone up. So we need 400 to 799 chivalry, give us more leadership for armies, recruitment rank for our knights, but it'll allow us to call the Green Knight. I don't know if we've done that yet.
Protector of the realm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have Chiffroy dig in just for a minute or two. We could summon some foot squires. That's 4 turns. I don't want to wait 4 turns on just foot squires coming in, but I am going to get a Grail Shrine. And we might as well throw the Heraldry of Baston into the works, which will help us out there. We have 3 more slots open for infantry. Now, Grimaldus has a very, very infantry-heavy army so far. Well, as far as Bretonnian armies go anyway. But we're going to have to grab another unit of spears just to balance things out. I've got this thing about even numbers for our foot troops.
Never.
And the Red Duke has a lot of skeletons, some grave guard, and a lot of basically light skirmish cavalry. The garrison there is not that great. if we give it another turn, Chiffroy should, in theory, be back up healthy enough that between him and the king, we should be able to take Aquitaine. But let's let the other nations do their thing for this turn, then we'll see what happens. And the Wood Elves and Widrioth have confederated, so they're kind of consolidating their power just like we're expanding our power. And it looks like the chaplain's going to have to hunt down some Norscans. Alariel's just sitting off the coast. That's a little weird. The garrisons that we have for our cities aren't too bad up there. Now, what is Paravon doing? That is a fairly weak army. And of course we have whites coming in to try and... Tyrannok has declared war on Mousillon? Pirates of... Wow, one of the errantry wars got itself declared war on. Wow, that sentence sounded a lot better in my head than it did coming out, so we're just going to ignore it. And Star PC, we're going to give you the last rank of full plate armor, make you that much tougher. And before the Red Duke can officially overwhelm his forces, I think we're going to have to go for it. So that's going to be the final thing we do this week. So for now, go after him, Chaplain. See what you can do to get close to the Norscans. And the next turn you're going to deal with them. And we have Phoenix down here. We still have room for 2 more infantry slots. We're kind of making him into a missionary-style army with all the battle pilgrims. So what I think we're going to do is grab him another set of battle pilgrims, and then on the next turn we will grab him a Grail Relique, or Relique, as it's pronounced in the game. So that'll help out Phoenix, giving him a very, very pious army. Are we able to confederate with Paravon? No. Thegan's errantry, they're an underdog. That's actually pretty good. They're at war with Pirates of Trantio, Khemri, and the followers of Nagash. They're one of the errantry wars. First things first, let's get Chiffroy the Devoted close. And now we have to go in, and that's a lot of cash if we sacked it, but we're not going to sack it. And of course, it's completely out of our fight range. And we got a Sword of Strife, a Potion of Toughness, Bordeaux is ours, and Mousillon is gone. So what we can do here now is up its control and really reduce the amount of vampiric corruption that's coming in. And now we're going to grab a Royal Pegasus for King Lewin. Aquitaine has a Grail Chapel being built. I swear my brain works some of the time. Not all of the time, but some of the time. We'll have to scout out down here and see what's going on. That also boosted the amount of infantry troops that we can have. The Mousillon is still going down in its corruption. What is... It's still got... Okay, so it'd still be +1 if we didn't have that going on. We should be able to hire that Grail Relic now, and it'll be done in 4 turns. I thought that was actually going to be within our fight range, which is a little disappointing, to be honest. Shiffroy, let's get you closer to Aquitaine, and I wonder when that's going to fall off. Anyway, let's let the other nations go now that we've taken out the vampires.
Speak.
Yeah, we'll take a military alliance with you, Karl Franz. That sounds like a really good... Kislev has a province in the Empire, and we just discovered a whole ton of factions. So we're going to see what the Empire has actually been up to right now. Marienburg's doing well. Still got Karaberg and Earlhart, Dieterschaffen and Selzmund. That's a rather large Norscan army right to the north. Mindenheim's still looking good. It's been a place of a lot of battles in the fluff. Kislev has really pushed southwest. Like, they're rocking it. If we can make peace with the elves, then we can push south and maybe get some of the Badlands. I don't really want to go to war with other forces of order. Nuln is still in their hands, so is Altdorf and Grunberg. It's Kemperbad that kind of blows me away. How did Kislev push so far to the southwest? I mean, Talabheim, maybe, sure. But Kemperbad? And we have Wulfric the Wanderer himself coming in with 2 heroes for sure. And that's a rather large army. Looks like we're going to be dealing with a lot of Norskins. I really thought Alariel was coming ashore there for a second. The Sword of Cain got put back. Looks like a lot of the minor factions are kind of dropping off. So what we're probably going to do is leave Shiffroy in the south and bring our king back to the north. And then Phoenix will eventually go off on some errantry war that we're going to send him on. Because of reasons.
The lady's chosen.
Alright, so on his travels, a knight, by happenstance, has stumbled upon a statue of the lady forged of solid gold. Many in the court suggest we bring it back to the city as a monument, but locals near the forest say it protects them from dark forces. What shall we do? If we take it, melee strength and attack for infantry goes up, or leadership and melee defense. We're leaving it alone. Alright. Lady Ryan has leveled up again. She has pretty much all the spells that I want to grab. Common Cassandora, in the tabletop, I love it. Not so much in this. We can finally get her a warhorse, and then a unicorn later on. So what we're going to do, put the king into march stance, and we're going to send him up north. Shiffroy, we're going to get you to encamp, while we're dealing with all the vampiric corruption and everything down in the south. And our good chaplain, we're going to have you chase after them for this turn, and we'll see what happens with Wulfric on the next turn. Marauder champions, horsemen, and some skin wolves. It's not too bad. Phoenix has another 3 turns before anything can happen. Bordeaux has hits Grail Shrine now. So that's actually... I think we can swap that over to a tax break then, can't we? Without compromising the amount that it's going down. Should work out just fine. Now Paravon.
Welcome, friends. Let's hope we can. I am no churl.
Yeah, you still don't want to confederate with us, but that's all fine and good. We're making 1218 per turn. And we're going to be going to war with Brion here pretty quick. They don't like the Empire, though. Or Paravon, or Tyrannok. They hate the fact that we're a great power. Do we have anything standing with them? No, we don't. So we could probably hire another general, get a few small things going. I don't want to bring any of the other legendary lords back in. It's not really... We've lost a lot of them. Knightly Temper is melee attack. You know what? I think we're going to go with that. And we have to rename you. You are going to be Lord Muffin. Another sub into the mix. New name at that, too. But I think that's probably a pretty good place to end it for this week, guys. We have a lot coming up. As you can see, we're going to be fighting a lot of Norskins, and we should be able to start mounting actual strikes against non-undead, non-Norscan enemies coming up here pretty quick. Tilea cannot be in Bretonnia. We can't allow that. We're getting really close to being able to summon the Green Knight too, so we can wait and see how that's going to go. So if you like the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, possibly see your name pop up in one of these Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. But remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.